Automation offers numerous
Consulting.
advantages for businesses, such as increasing efficiency, reducing errors, and saving time on repetitive tasks. Tools like Make, formerly Integromat, are prime examples of how no-code solutions can streamline workflows, enabling businesses to automate complex processes without requiring advanced programming skills. At Pacta, our consultants specialize in identifying and implementing no-code automation tools that fit the unique needs of business leaders. By integrating these solutions, we help companies scale their operations, optimize their resources, and focus on strategic growth while minimizing costs and manual effort. Ready to take your business to the next level with expert no-code solutions and strategic consulting? Contact Alain Stevens today for personalized guidance. Visit pacta.com to learn more about how we can help you streamline your operations and protect your business. Don't forget to follow Pacta on social media for the latest updates, tips, and insights in automation, AI, and business development.
Hey there, ready to unlock some serious automation superpowers? Today's deep dive is all about Make, formerly known as Integromat.
Right?
You and I were going to explore how it can help you escape the drudgery of manual tasks and really amp up your efficiency.
I'm excited to dig into this. Make is a game changer, especially with this whole no-code movement gaining momentum.
Yeah.
It's like handing anyone the keys to build incredible things without writing a single line of code.
Right. It's like the playing field has been leveled.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a coding whiz to wield this kind of tech power.
Yeah.
So for someone like you who's interested in streamlining processes, imagine having a tool that connects all your favorite apps and automates those repetitive tasks you'd rather not do.
What's fascinating about Make is that it acts as that central nervous system connecting different apps and services. Think about a simple task like adding leads from an online form to your email marketing list. Make can automate that entire workflow for you, saving you countless hours.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. You're talking about connecting apps, but how does that actually work in Make?
That's where scenarios come in. Imagine a visual flowchart where each step is an action you want Make to perform. For instance, a scenario might involve grabbing new leads from a tool like Typeform, then automatically adding them to a Google Sheet and sending a personalized welcome email through Gmail.
So it's like a domino effect, but instead of toppling dominoes, we're triggering actions across different apps. And each of these actions is represented by a module, right?
Exactly. Each module in a scenario represents a specific task. Don't let the word module throw you off, though. Make has a really intuitive drag-and-drop interface. You essentially piece together these module-like building blocks to create your automated workflow.
That sounds surprisingly user-friendly, but what about the apps themselves? Does it Make work with all the popular tools out there?
Make has hundreds of pre-built modules for a huge range of apps. Everything from social media platforms and project management tools to CRMs and e-commerce platforms. And the list keeps growing.
Okay, that's reassuring. So I can connect to the tools I'm already using.
Absolutely. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Let's say you want to only process leads from a specific location or industry. Make lets you manipulate the data flowing through your scenarios. You can use filters to sift through information and only take action on the data that meets specific criteria.
So it's not just about connecting the dots, it's about adding logic and intelligence to those connections. I'm starting to see how this goes beyond basic automation and into the realm of custom workflows.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It's about empowering you to create processes tailored to your specific needs, no matter how simple or complex.
This is making a lot of sense. We've covered the basics of what Make is, how scenarios work as the building blocks of automation, and how modules act as the individual actions within those scenarios.
And we've touched on Make's ability to handle data, which is where things get really powerful.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to uncover.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity. Where do we go from here? What other automation magic does Make have up its sleeve? All right, we've laid the groundwork, but now I'm really curious about these advanced features you mentioned earlier. What about those webhooks I've heard whispers about? Are they as complicated as they sound?
Webhooks can sound a bit like tech jargon, I admit, but they're actually pretty straightforward once you get the hang of it. Think of a webhook like a text message notification system between your apps.
Okay, I like where this is going. Tell me more.
Let's say you use a project management tool like Asana, and you want Make to automatically create a calendar event every time a new task with a due date is added to your board.
Yeah, that would be super helpful for staying on top of things.
Exactly. A webhook could be like that alert system instantly notifying Make the moment a new task pops up in Asana. Make can then spring into action, grab the task details, and create that calendar event for you.
So webhooks allow Make to react to real-time events happening in other apps. That's way cooler than manually checking for updates all the time.
You got it. And here's where it gets even more powerful.
Ready to take your business to the next level with expert no-code solutions and strategic consulting? Contact Lance Stevens today for personalized guidance. Visit Pacta.com to learn more about how we can help you streamline your operations and protect your business. Don't forget to follow Pacta on social media for the latest updates, tips, and insights in automation, AI, and business development.
Remember we talked about Make's ability to manipulate data? Well, you can combine that with webhooks.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How does that work?
Imagine you're using Make to manage leads from a Facebook ad campaign. You could set up a webhook that triggers a scenario whenever someone clicks on your ad.
So Make knows the instant someone shows interest.
Yes. And then you can use Make's data manipulation tools to segment those leads based on their demographics or interests, automatically sending them targeted follow-up emails or adding them to specific lists.
Wow, that takes personalization to a whole new level. Webhooks seem incredibly versatile for creating these responsive dynamic workflows.
They really are. And for those who want to dive even deeper, there's also the world of APIs.
Okay, API time. Be honest, are APIs as intimidating as they sound?
They might sound complex, but they're like secret handshakes that let Make talk directly to other apps.
All right, I'm listening. Tell me more about this secret handshake.
Think of it this way. An API, or application programming interface, is like a menu at a restaurant.
Okay, you know I love a good food analogy.
The menu lists all the dishes the restaurant offers, right?
Yeah.
In this case, the dishes are the specific actions and data that an app is willing to share with others.
So if Make wants to order some data from another app, it uses the API to find out what's available and how to ask for it.
Precisely. Let's say you're building a scenario that involves pulling weather data into an automated email. You'd use the Weather app's API to request the specific information you need, maybe the forecast for a particular location.
And the API ensures that Make and the Weather app understand each other, even if they speak different technical languages.
Exactly. It's like having a translator that allows these apps to communicate seamlessly. And the beauty of Make is that it makes working with APIs significantly easier than traditional coding methods.
This is making more sense now. So webhooks are for those real-time notifications, and APIs are for when you want to fetch specific information from another app.
You've got it. And while APIs might require a bit more technical know-how, Make offers a lot of support and pre-built modules to make the process as smooth as possible.
That's good to hear. But even with these more advanced features, I'm starting to realize that Make isn't just about automating tasks. It's about connecting the dots between all these different tools we use and creating a more integrated and efficient way of working.
That's a brilliant insight. Make really is about breaking down those silos between apps and empowering you to build custom solutions that fit your unique workflows.
This is giving me so many ideas, but before I get carried away, there's one practical question I have. How reliable is all of this automation? What happens if something goes wrong?
That's an important consideration. Make has a robust system for scheduling and monitoring scenarios. You can set them to run at specific times intervals, or even trigger them based on specific events.
So I could automate my social media posts to go out at peak engagement times or receive a daily report of key metrics every morning.
Ready to take your business to the next level with expert no-code solutions and strategic consulting? Contact Lance Stevens today for personalized guidance. Visit Pacta.com to learn more about how we can help you streamline your operations and protect your business. Don't forget to follow Pacta on social media for the latest updates, tips, and insights in automation, AI, and business development.
Exactly. And to address your concern about things going wrong, Make has built-in error handling and detailed logging. You'll receive notifications if a scenario fails, and you can easily trace back each step to pinpoint where the issue occurred.
That's really reassuring. It sounds like Make has thought of everything to make automation as smooth and dependable as possible.
They've certainly gone to great lengths to create a reliable platform. But it's not just about reliability. Make also gives you a surprising amount of control over your data.
Oh. Tell me more about this data control aspect. So before we move on to this whole data control thing, I have to ask, with all these powerful features, does Make require a lot of technical expertise to use? It almost sounds too good to be true.
That's a common misconception. While Make is incredibly powerful, It's designed with accessibility in mind. You don't need to be a coding guru to harness its potential. In fact, Make can be a game changer even for small businesses or solopreneurs.
That makes sense. It's easy to assume automation is only for big companies with dedicated tech teams.
Absolutely not. In fact, smaller businesses can often benefit even more from automation. When you're juggling multiple roles and resources are tight, reclaiming time becomes crucial. Make can be that virtual assistant that works tirelessly behind the scenes, freeing you to focus on what matters most, growing your business and pursuing your passions.
Okay, I'm totally seeing the light here, but where do you even start? It still seems a bit daunting to dive into this whole automation world.
The beauty of Make is that you can start small. You don't have to automate everything at once. Begin by identifying a few simple tasks that are eating up your time. Maybe it's transferring data between spreadsheets, sending routine emails, or managing social media updates. Make has tons of pre-built templates for these common workflows. It's like having a recipe book for automation.
Templates, you say? Sounds like my kind of shortcut. I definitely prefer having a starting point rather than staring at a blank canvas.
Exactly. And as you become more comfortable, you can start customizing those templates or building your own scenarios from scratch. Make's drag-and-drop interface makes the entire process surprisingly intuitive. It's like piecing together a puzzle, but instead of a picture, you're creating a powerful automated workflow.
I'm starting to realize that Make isn't just a tool. It's a completely different way of thinking about work. It's about designing your ideal workflows and letting technology handle the repetitive stuff.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Right.
And to circle back to your earlier question about data control, Make offers some really cool features for managing your data within those workflows. Remember we talked about data stores?
Yeah, you mentioned it briefly, but I'm still a bit fuzzy on the details.
Think of a data store as a secure, organized container where you can store and manage data directly within Make. It's like having a built-in database without needing to rely on external spreadsheets or complicated software.
So instead of my data being scattered across different apps, I can centralize it within Make.
Exactly. This opens up a world of possibilities for creating more complex and sophisticated scenarios. For example, you could build a simple CRM directly within. Make storing all your customer information and interactions in one place.
Wow, that's next level stuff. But for someone like me who's just starting out, are data stores simple enough to use?
Absolutely. Make's interface makes it easy to create, manage, and even visualize the data within your data stores. And if you ever find yourself needing to do something particularly customized or advanced, Make offers features like their My Apps functionality.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Tell me more about these My Apps. I'm always up for pushing the boundaries a bit.
Well, My Apps allows you to tap into Make's API and essentially create your own custom modules. This means you can connect Make to virtually any app or service out there, even if it doesn't have a pre-built integration. It's like having the tools to build your own automation superpowers.
That's incredible. It's like Make is not just a platform, but a launch pad for endless possibilities. But before we get too carried away, I think it's time to bring this deep dive to a close.
I agree. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the basics of scenarios and modules to the power of webhooks, APIs, and data stores.
So for someone like me who's been utterly captivated by this Make journey, what's the key takeaway you want to leave us with?
If there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this. Don't be afraid to dive in and experiment. Make is an incredibly versatile tool, but its true power lies in how you choose to use it. Start small, embrace the learning process, and don't hesitate to explore all the amazing things Make can do.
That's such great advice. It's about reclaiming your time, boosting your efficiency, and ultimately designing a work life where you're free to focus on the things you truly love.
Precisely. And with Make's intuitive interface, extensive resources, and supportive community, you have everything you need to embark on this automation adventure.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of Make. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And for you listening, remember, the future of productivity is in your hands. Until next time, happy automating.
Ready to take your business to the next level with expert no-code solutions and strategic consulting? Contact Alan Stevens today for personalized guidance. Visit Pacta.com to learn more about how we can help you streamline your operations and protect your business. Don't forget to follow Pacta on social media for the latest updates, tips, and insights in automation, AI, and business development.